And I thought I'd throw in this analogy and suggest, what if working on your paper or on your writing would be as easy as Facebooking? Just for fun, what if it would be as easy? And I like this analogy because the tools that I teach, actually, I've been teaching them in the online courses that I've been running through the past year. So I'm giving you like the best of the best, and I hope you'll jump on them and do them straight away today or tomorrow. First thing we can notice about the Facebook is that it has a certain structure, certain layout. When you go to your wall, it says on the top of there, what is on your mind. So you're prompted to post something on your wall, or if you scroll down and you see other people posting, and at the bottom of each post is your picture and says write a comment. So it's so enticing. It's like so inviting. So it's almost like you just need to fill in the blanks. So how can we use it for our paper? Is one of the first things I recommend when I work with scientists or researchers. Is this one particular thing? Is that when you're working on your paper and you've been procrastinating or delaying with this, is right now decide what journal you're going to submit it to. And you might say, oh, no, I'm not ready yet to decide. I'm not there yet. But I would insist you just literally face it and decide it. Write a list of several journals, of several possible journals. Brainstorm it with your boss or colleagues and make an imperfect decision. Because later you can always change, and it's actually much easier than now to start writing without any structure. But once you make a decision, you go to the website of this journal, you find where there's like 4 authors, and you know what they have there? Often they have a format for you, a template. They'll tell you how many words it needs to be, and sometimes even like how many words in each section, depending on the journal. And what it does for you, when you download it, you actually can start filling in the blanks. There's your abstract, there is your introduction, there is your method section, there is your result, there is discussion, and you're just going like that. And a very similar with your thesis. Go to the grad office, talk to them and ask them if they have guidelines for you, and check out other people's research thesis in your area and see what outlines they have. So come up with an imperfect outline and start filling in the blanks. And very similar with the proposal or an application. Goes to the funding body website and download it there and start using it. So this is your first tip for today, is that you create yourself a solid structure and you start filling in the blank. All right, let's move on. The other thing about Facebook is that we tend to go there, and if you have like an over 10 to 15 minutes between things, we just tend to spend it on there because it's so easy, right? And if you even have a busy day, but you have like a 10 odd 10 minutes between your lunch and taking the bus to town, or between lectures, or between just doing something in the lab and going and meeting a colleague, you go and spend it on Facebook. So actually, we can totally use it to make it easier for you to write a paper. And it's one of the techniques I teach to the scientists I work with, and it just works amazingly. And it can be applied to the paper, but also to any project, really. So let's stick to the paper as an example. And so you've got your paper, and if you have it on your to-do list written as item number 14 on your to-do list, draft a paper X. It's just too big of a goal. Imagine you have broken down your paper or any project into small, manageable tasks that would take only 15 minutes to complete. You can, when you have that window of odd 15 minutes. You can't just jump on your laptop and just do that task. So this is the strategy. This is a tool for you right now. Take your paper and break it down into small manageable tasks that would only take 15 minutes to complete. I usually take, say, 15 to 30 minutes to complete. And then write a list of those tasks. And you can also even write each task separately on an index card. What you're gonna have is a stack of this index card or your list of the tasks, and then you're gonna have it with you, and then you have this odd 15 minutes or 30 minutes between the things you do in your day. And instead of going on Facebook, or in alteration to going on Facebook, you can actually go through the stack of your index card and choose a task that you can do for your paper. And if you feel motivated and productive, something good happened in the morning, and you feel like, yeah, I can face a difficult task, you pick a difficult task, such as drafting an introduction, and you can draft an introduction in 30 minutes. Or if you feel a bit lousy on that day, you feel like you choose a simple task. For example, type up 10 references. And the other tasks can include draft figure number 1 or finish the table number 2. That's your tasks. And the thing is that even if you don't have time in your day, so to say, but you have this odd 15 minutes, you can be moving on your paper every day. And that's a feeling of that movement. That's what contributes to you feeling on track. You're progressing with that paper. And I already had work with scientists who actually just wrote 15 minutes a day, and they had the draft of the high profile journal paper ready in just a few months. Imagine that. And so this is your tool. Another thing we learned from Facebook, and how you can make it easier for you to work on your paper. And the same goes for thesis or your application writing or grant proposal. And this is one of the skills that I value the most. Of the skills that I personally have is that this ability to break the big project into small, manageable tasks that only take 15 to 30 minutes to complete. Obviously, I have a family. I have 3 small children, so that's like a very powerful technique. And then always know what is the very next step you need to do to move forward with your project. All right, let's move on. And this is number 3, the thing that we can see about Facebook that makes it so attractive and so easy to use. It's over there. It's one of the tabs that you keep open, don't you? And I know it's not true for everyone, so not everyone here watching this video is on Facebook, but you know what I'm trying to say. Maybe you have some other tabs open or you have some other distractions that you have, as maybe a blog reading or some other news sites. So you know what I mean, but just for the sake of the example, I'm going to stick to Facebook right now, and the tab is always open there, and it's just so easy to click on that tab and just scroll down your wall. And even if you close that tab in an attempt to have a focus time and no distractions, it's very easy to just open a new tab and tap Facebook, and it's there. And I thought to use an analogy and to really illustrate here that you can totally create the same feeling for your paper or the thesis or the other writing projects that you have, and to have it always there. So you want to create, first thing in the morning you come to your work, you want to open that folder, or you want to open that document where you're typing in the tags, just for those moments where you have these inspirational ideas coming and you just want to fill in the blanks, you want to add something. The other thing is that I always teach the scientists I get to work with is that you want to have your paper always on your mind. And to do it, it's really good to have it or in your sight. You know how we say out of sight, out of mind? So now we want to have it on your mind always as one of your priorities and always in your sight. And a good thing to do is to go to the library and borrow a hard copy of the journal you want to submit your paper to and have that volume on your desk. It's always there. It's always reminding you that's what's important. That's what matters here. That's one of your priorities. Or go to the website and print out the front page and just stick it somewhere where you can always see it, to the door of your bathroom or somewhere where it's always on your mind. And that will keep reminding you of what's important. And it's the same for your thesis. When I work with PhD students, we always do this, create that front page, the title page of your thesis as it will appear in your thesis, with the logo of your university, with your the title, your name, and even the submitted date, and just print it out and have it again in your site, and that's what's gonna do the trick for you. All right, let's move on and do the number 4. The number 4 thing that is so easy about Facebook and we can use to make it easier for you to make that progress with your paper. And you probably know by now, I didn't know it from the beginning, but I've discovered it soon enough. And in Facebook, if you post on your wall or you make a comment, you can actually edit it. And again, it's so enticing, it's so inviting to posting something because you can actually see how it looks. And sometimes it just seems perfect in your mind, but once you type it up and post it, you see it actually it doesn't look that perfect, and you can click on edit and edit it. And this is exactly something we really, really want to use for you to help you to make that progress with your writing project, is that to put down your thoughts imperfectly and then edit them. And if you're one of the people who's saying, okay, I need to first crystallize it in my head that it's perfect, it's crystallized, it makes sense, and then I will put it on the paper. You can't do it this way, of course, but it's taking you long. It's very, very long, yes, and sometimes you can't afford it, especially if you have fast approaching deadlines with thesis. You can't afford anymore to wait until it's crystal clear and perfect in your head. And also with the paper, it often doesn't have a deadline, but it's just taking you far too long now, and you wanted just to move on. So I would really invite you to use this advice, is to put it down before it feels perfect. And actually, even if it does feel perfect, if you put it down on the paper, you often see that it is not as perfect as you saw it. And it's just the property of the thoughts and how it looks on paper. It's just what it is. It's part of the process. And some of you may have heard me saying this, is that you need to be willing to produce a bad draft if you want to have a paper. Or the same goes for the thesis. Theses are rewritten. They are not written. They are rewritten. The same for paper. The papers are not written. They are rewritten. So you need to be willing to produce a bad draft. And that's just really stepping through that fear of imperfection and really putting it down and then editing. And what I've heard recently, just from the researchers that I've been working with and helping him to write a high profile paper, is that he said it actually felt good to be improving my writing and editing it and polishing it. So that's an added bonus. You're actually gonna feel good. All right, so there's the 4 takeaways from Facebook, and I hope you just jump on them and really implement them today and tomorrow and really feel progress and really become more productive right now with your writing.